Hello, what is up guys? EvilDuosArm here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most recent patch, the Kingdom of Black Desert, on November 16th of 2022, going over all the important events, as well as major changes to the game, that way you don't miss a thing. This patch brings quite a few new events, as well as some new changes to the game, as well as the new Atoraxxion dungeon. So yeah, quickly before we get into going all over those things, if you're new to the channel, new to Black Desert, or you've been watching videos on the channel, still haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. Helps to grow my channel, you stay up to date with new content, and we both win. And without further ado, let's get into it and start off with the events like we do every single week. And first up, we have a series of Thanksgiving-themed events for the next 2 weeks. The first one is a turkey boss that's going to spawn just to the side of Velia. So there's the city of Velia. Right up here, there are different spawn times for the boss depending on your NA region or EU region. So if you want to go ahead and do the boss, you can do that. The bosses are going to drop a bunch of different things, including horse upgrade materials, as well as memory fragments, crown stones, and an event currency of giant turkey eggs. These giant turkey eggs can be exchanged for different items, so cronstone bundles, roast turkeys that give you bonus EXPs and drop rates, alchemy tools, cooking tools, a whole bunch of different things. So if you are interested in those various rewards or doing the boss and you're going to be on the game when this boss is going to spawn, consider doing it. The second event is if you see a turkey spawn anywhere in the game while you are like grinding or just playing in general, kill the turkey to get turkey feathers that can be sold for money or can be exchanged for different horse upgrade materials. The third event with this is the double rate of moles while you're out farming. So whenever you farm, you have a higher chance to spawn moles. For those of you that don't know what moles are, they give you bonus items while you're doing your farming. And the final thing, which is kind of a neat little change, is that moles can now spawn while you're out gathering. So additional money that can be made while gathering, which of course I'm a big fan of. And up to 3 of them can spawn while you're gathering as well, so we'll see what those drop rates are as the patch continues to progress. Again, I do a lot of life skilling on the weekends during my live stream, so if you want to see, you can catch me this weekend. All of these events right here are running for the next 2 weeks. Next up, we have a series of Twitch drops that are going to be available, so if you watch your favorite streamers this weekend, you're going to have some bonus rewards for watching them. Make sure to link your Black Desert account by logging in on the main Black Desert page here to your Twitch account, and then you'll be able to claim those different rewards. I stream every single weekend. Anyone that you watch, though, for the next week is going to give you these different drops, so feel free to watch whoever you want. Of course, if they're participating in this. And the final event is themed around the Atoraxxion dungeon that just released, Yolunakia, Lunukunia, Yolunumnana, YOLO. Yeah, we're just going to go with YOLO. So whenever you run the YOLO dungeon here, you're going to have additional rewards, and that will be either meme frags or cron stones. So yeah, that's pretty much it with that. They also have this post that tells you all the different events that are currently ongoing in Black Desert. So for those of you that might think you're missing something, again, we have bonus EXP on season servers. You also have a series of codes that you can enter into the game. So if you haven't entered any of them from the Abyss 1 entrance or the Calpheon Ball, or Heidel Ball rather, codes that give you free outfits, make sure to use all these different codes. This will be linked down below, so you can just click on this and thumb through to make sure you're not missing anything. These are all things I've already covered on the channel though, so if you've stayed up to date, you'll be all set on those. Now with the events out of the way, let's move on into the patch notes themselves and start off with the YOLO dungeon. So the YOLO dungeon is the 3rd dungeon in the Atoraxxion dungeon series here. It's opened up, there's a bunch of stuff and notes about it. You go through and play it, they give you stuff for completing it. You know, there's quests and knowledge and, you know, all the same stuff that you're used to with these things, which is pretty cool. Can you tell that I've never done any one of these before? But if you are one of the people that likes the Atoraxxion dungeons, you can go ahead and complete the new one that just came out. New boss, new everything here with it. One of the more interesting things, though, that I'll probably take advantage of at this point is that the older dungeons, the first 2, now have a solo mode. So if you've never played through them because you were afraid of getting into a party, couldn't get into a party or anything like that, there's a solo version of the first 2 dungeons available, with the 3rd one to come soon here in the future listed out here. So if you want to play the story, experience it, and see what actually happens inside of those, you can play the solo versions of them now. Now, beyond the new dungeon being added into the game, we have a couple more things to talk about, and the first one is a new series of quests that you can do for +1 DP and +1 AP for all characters on your family, kind of like the adventure log things. I'll be covering these in a separate video to walk you through them because people are going to want to search these things up rather than have it buried in a patch notes video. But the first quest is available from the NPC in Grana Marandora, and the second one is also from Marandora. You need to get these different accessories, so if you want to start like farming these up so you're ready to go when I put the video out, it's the Forest Naros Ring, Sissel's Necklace, Serap's Necklace, and Ring of Kadri Guardian. So those 2 together are going to give you the DP +1, and to get the AP +1, it's a similar process. You're going to need to get a tongue red ring, necklace, earring, belt, bring those to the NPC, Azure Mantis, and then you'll be able to talk to Vincurio Dorare and get the knowledge. So again, I'll be making a video on these in a second, so catch that pretty soon, probably early next week. But anyway, after that we get into the events, which we already covered, so nothing too crazy there. Then we have the class changes, and this week's class changes aren't crazy, but a couple of classes did get some nice little tweaks. So the Warriors got a couple of changes. They show you the little animations of it here. Then a couple classes got one skill tweak, so nothing too crazy. And then we get a little bit further down to the Guardian. They got a couple of class changes here as well. Next up, we have another way to get +2 more DP on your character, and that is through the use of this Exalted Soul Fragment. So this thing will take you up from a Blessed to an Exalted stone here. So if you already got a Blessed stone, Blessed Alchemy stone, you can bump it up one more hit for another 2 DP. So if you're trying to min-max your character and get a little bit further gear progression, that is a way to do it. Then to go along with that stone, we have a change to the drop rates for pretty much all of the Calpheon Elvia monster zones. All in all, this looks like a buff to me. Pretty much everything has increased percents across the board here. There is one reduced right here, reduced crystallized despair drop rate by 30%, but otherwise across the board it looks like it's an increase of all sorts of different drop rates. So if you're grinding any of the Elvia Calpheon zones, some nice bonuses for you there. Next up, we have some UI changes. The first one is an exchange function here with the Lightstone system. So instead of needing to exchange them all through chat boxes, you can now do it through the inventory management with a new little exchange UI. Same thing goes with the purification system as well. So instead of needing to exchange the silver bars, you can instead just spend the money and exchange a bunch of them all at once. And then beyond those things, not a ton more to discuss here with this patch. So like I said, big thing from this is the new dungeon that we got into the game. So if you're into those, you got them. Couple events once again to take advantage of. Some quality of life improvements on the UI side, some drop rate buffs in the Calpheon zones for the Elvia regions, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So what do you guys think about the patch? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, once again, thank you all so much for watching. And if you're curious as to how I found my way up on top of this cliff, well, stay tuned for the next video. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next YouTube video right here, Twitch live stream every single weekend, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace. Hey, I'm back because I missed one thing here. If you look at the top of your screen, you're going to see a daily special icon. Click on the daily special icon. It'll bring up the Black Friday specials that are going on in Black Desert. There is a pass that you can buy for $24, and it gives you these bonus items that you see down here, including the Leopard Pet, which is a 1% drop rate buff. So yeah, you can decide for yourself if you want to spend any money on these things. Otherwise, if you're free to playing it up, make sure every day to claim your free item by clicking on it, left-clicking to claim it. And you'll get those different items. They'll show up in your B menu down here at the daily special section.